grab some mead or whatever you need. I'm Kamal. It's time to get to it. All right, thanks for coming by. Let's go ahead and look at the changes coming to the Amazon, or at least what they're telling us is coming to the Amazon. Assassin, not the Amazon, the Assassin. We just went over the Amazon. So the Assassin in 2.4 PTR, these are the changes that they're initially giving us. First, let's go over martial arts. Fist of Fire. Attack rating bonus increased from 15% to 25% baseline, and from 7% to 10% per level. Okay. Good attack rating bonus. Don't really see much use for attack rating. If you throw on Angelic Set, you should be pretty good. Claws of Thunder. It's another attack rating bonus. Now, with the attack rating bonus, I guess it will make it... What's the word I'm looking for? It'll seem like a more proficient skill to use because you won't be missing as much, so it'll kind of feel like it's doing more damage. But with a lot of these skills, depending on what other changes we're going to see coming to the Assassin, it would be nice to see some more damage coming out of these as well. Regardless, let's read through. I'm not very big on the Assassin. It's probably my least played class, so maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about. That's always a possibility. Blade of Ice is another one. The attack rating bonus is from 15 to 25% on the baseline, and the same thing as Claws of Thunder, and from 7% to 10% per level. Same thing with Tiger Strike, Cobra Strike, Phoenix Strike. All of these are having the base attack rating bonus going from 15 to 25%, and then each level from 7% to 12% increase per level. Dragon Talon now consumes one of each martial arts charge when cast. That's huge. Instead of it consuming both or all three, just consumes one. So you could potentially, Phoenix Strike 3 times and then Dragon Talon 3 times. That's huge. Or Dragon Tail, Dragon Claw, whichever one you prefer to use. Now always hits the target only if the assassin has... Now always hits the target only if the assassin has any martial arts charges. I'm not sure exactly the wording on that. It's fine. We'll just read it how it is. Now consumes for Dragon Claw. Now consumes only one of each martial arts charge when cast. Now always hits the target only if the assassin has any martial arts charges. Damage bonus per level increased from 5% to 15%. That's a big jump. Same thing with this one. Holy crap. Dragon Tail now consumes only one of each martial arts charge when cast. Now always hits the target only if the assassin has any martial arts charges. Oh, now I get it. Does that mean that you can use it without the charges, but if you have the charges, it's a guaranteed hit? I'm going to have to play test it on the PTR. That's, I think, what it's trying to mean. If you understand this, if you understand what it's saying, please let me know in the comment section so I can get my head wrapped around the verbiage being used. I feel like there's something that I'm missing on this, but I'm just not exactly sure what it is. I can't imagine that it would be a typo in all of these different ones. And on Dragon Tail, the damage bonus per level is increased from 10% to 20%. Dragon Flight now consumes only one of each martial arts charges when cast. Now guarantee hits the target only if the assassin has any martial arts charges. Casting delay is removed, and damage bonus per level increased from 25 to 35%. The developer comments on here, martial arts skills are receiving a significant change with having finishing moves, including the attack skills, only consume one of each charge at a time instead of all three at once. We feel like this will allow martial arts to perform smoother during combat by better maintaining current charges instead of having to reacquire charges too often. In addition to this, we are increasing attack rating for charge up skills to complement the smoothness of gaining and spending charges. Lastly, we wanted to improve the damage payoff for the lesser used finishing skills. Or maybe what it's saying is that it uses one to cast the ability. So maybe what it is, let's say you have one charge. You use Dragonflight, Dragontail, Dragonclaw, whatever it may be. You use it, and that takes the charge away, and then it uses the ability. And it's not guaranteed to hit. However, if you have 2 or 3, it'll take the charge away, cast the ability, like a very quick stacking. Take the charge away, cast the ability, and then if you have remaining charges left over, so it maybe will benefit you having 2 or 3 charges when you're using your finishers. That may be what it is. Once again, it's something we'll just have to play test. Shadow Disciplines. Fade. Tooltip updated to show the physical damage resist reduction. That's huge. So it's going to actually tell you how much physical damage you'll be able to prevent, in a sense, the lesser amount of physical damage you'll be taking. Venom. Buff duration scaling per level changed from 4 seconds to 12 seconds, matching burst of speed and fade. That's big. No, it doesn't look like any damage or anything like that, but the duration is going to be increased, which is it's pretty good. I would imagine that anything that casts Venom, like if you have an ability that chance on hit gives you Venom, I would imagine it would be the same on that. Shadow Warrior. Casting delay reduced from 6 seconds to 0.6 seconds. Casting delay will no longer share its cooldown with other skills that have casting delays. Tooltip updated to show casting, or to now display casting delay. Shadow Master. Casting delay reduced from 6 seconds to 0.6 seconds. Casting delay will no longer share its cooldown with other skills that have casting delays. And the tooltip updated to now display casting delay. Developer comments, we felt that shadow disciplines are generally widely used and effective, but we wanted to add some quality of life changes. So we added the tooltip clarity, buff duration consistency improvements, and casting delay changes. Traps. This is one that people use more often. If you play an assassin, you're probably playing a trap sin. It says, Shockweb. Removed synergy from the Death Web skill. Charged Bolt Sentry increased from 11 to 12%. Wow. Sentry synergy. Lightning Sentry synergy increased from 11% to 17%. It's another big one. I guess it kind of balances out since you don't have to invest points into Death Sentry. And then lightning or casting delay will no longer share its cooldown with other skills that share casting delays. Tooltip updated to now display casting delay. Charged Bolt Sentry. Removed synergy from the Death Sentry skill. Fire Blast synergy increased from 6% to 9%. And Lightning Sentry synergy increased from 6% to 9%. Lightning Sentry. Removed synergy from Death Sentry skill. Shockweb synergy increased from 12% to 18%, and Charged Bolt Sentry synergy increased from 12% to 18%. So really what I'm seeing with a lot of these synergies, I'm just now realizing it, is that they're not really increasing the damage that much if you were to invest points into all of the synergies as you were previously. But now you will have, we'll say 20 extra skill points to place wherever you want in the talent tree. Fire Blast. Removed synergy from the Death Sentry skill. Shockweb synergy increased from 9% to 11%. Charged Bolt Sentry synergy increased from 9% to 11%. And also, as you're leveling up, it will increase the damage because instead of having to put 1 point in here and then also 1 point in here, every single point you get will bring it from 12 to 18% increased damage per point. So you'll be able to do a lot more damage a lot quicker. A lot earlier, not quicker, earlier. Shockweb Synergy increased from 9 to 11. Charged Bolt Sentry Synergy increased from 9 to 11. Wake of Fire Synergy increased from 9 to 11. Lightning Sentry Synergy increased from 9 to 11. And Wake of Inferno Sentry increased from 9 to 11. Wake of Fire. Fire Blast Synergy from 8 to 10% has been increased, and Wake of Inferno Synergy increased from 8 to 10%. Now, these fire skills, it does seem, at least for Wake of Fire, it seems like there is going to be a damage buff with this because they're not removing the synergy from anything else. Wake of Inferno. Removed synergy from Death Sentry. Fire Blast Synergy increased from 8 or 10% to 18%. That's a big one. And Wake of Inferno, Wake of Fire, rather, reading multiple things at once, synergy increased from 7% to 18%. That is huge. Although, I guess if you're removing that, whatever. Blade Sentinel. Casting delay reduced from 2 seconds to 1 second. Casting delay will no longer share its cooldown with other skills that have casting delays. Tooltip updated to now display casting delay. Missile speed increased by 20%. That's pretty good. Weapon damage increased from 37 to 75%. That's big. Blade Fury Sentry added. Synergy added 10% damage per level. Looks like we're going to have some Blade Sentinel assassins coming. Blade Shield Synergy added with 10% damage per level. These are some big buffs coming to the assassin. We're going to see a lot more variety of assassins, I presume. Blade Fury, Blade Sentinel, and Blade Shield Synergy added 10% damage per level on each of those synergies. Yeah, that's going to be good. Blade Shield. Duration baseline value increased from 20 seconds to 120 seconds, matching burst of speed and fade. Duration scaling per level increased from 5 seconds to 12 seconds, matching a burst of speed and fade. Weapon damage increased from 25% to 75%. Wow, that's massive. Blade Sentinel Synergy added at 10%. Blade Fury Synergy added at 10%, and these are both per level. And the tooltip updated to now display radius. This is huge. We're seeing some massive updates on the assassin. That's fantastic. It goes on with the developer comments. With trap skills, there are multiple underused skills that can be more effective or have improved synergy distribution. For lightning and fire traps, we are freeing up synergy's reliance on death sentry to give more build possibilities elsewhere. Also, fire traps are receiving damage synergy improvements to make them more effective at higher difficulties. Lastly, the blade skills are receiving multiple improvements to make them more viable to dedicated builds around these skills. So that is a huge update coming to the assassin. This is going to be really interesting to see what people are able to put out with the blade or physical traps, the blade trap assassin. I am very excited to see what's going on with Blade Sentinel. I don't think those are actually traps, but Blade Sentinel and Blade Fury. Super excited to see what kind of builds are going to be coming down the pipeline. So sub it up and stick around. The next one we have coming is going to be the Barbarian. We'll see you there. I'm out.